Hi, I'm James Buddy Rogers, and I'm on the grind with Valentine.
He is on his grind, interviewing all the time. Ain't gotta say the name, you know who is Valentine. Never know who you're gonna see him talking to, but you know they shine bright up in the interview. Lights, camera, action, ready for some passion. Man, cause he got what most of y'all lacking. Hacking, celebrities, cold cracking. Everything goes in orderly fashion. So if you think it's your time to shine, baby, you better catch up with Valentine, baby. On the grind, TV on your mind. Let's see who's gonna shine now. Constant on grind now. Grind with Valentine.
Yo, what's happening? It's your man Valentine, baby, coming from On the Grind. This is the show that's gonna give you all the up-and-coming cats who are trying to make it to the next level. Then we sit down with all the cats who have made it and ask them how hard the grind has been for them. Man, you know this is where it all goes down, y'all. On the Grind TV, baby. Man, on today's show, we got a Juno nominee, Mr. James Buddy Rogers. I'm gonna get out the way, let him do his thing. Let's get on the grind, y'all.
Love the way you look in your skin tight jeans. So beautiful, you're even in my dreams, and I can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. No matter how hard I try, can't get you off my mind. I've done my best to get with other girls. Nothing like you in this whole wide world, and I can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. No matter how hard I try, can't get you off my mind. As time goes on, I'm gonna hope and pray that you come back to me someday. I can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. No matter how hard I try, can't get you off my mind.
He is on his grind, interviewing all the time. Ain't gotta say the name, you know who is Valentine. Never know who you're gonna see him talking to, but you know
We are so in the building with Mr. James Buddy Rogers. What's up, homie? Man, what's happening, man?
Good
What's
to be
going
here.
on?
Good to be here.
Can't get you off my mind. Who you singing that about?
I've been asked that a few times lately, to be honest with you. You know, well, sometimes, you know, when you write tunes, sometimes they're fictional, sometimes they're not, but
Hey.
it is about somebody.
Yeah.
And, yeah, somebody recently.
Okay,
And,
okay.
yeah.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna get into all that recent stuff. So we just gonna move on right past that, then. So, man. So, the promise you made to yourself when you first started, man. You remember that?
From the beginning, I basically just said I was always going to stay true to myself and
Yeah.
what I felt musically, as opposed to the direction the business can kind of take you financially. So I always wanted to kind of play from the heart, which is ultimately why I've been really passionate about blues.
Yeah, because we know you play a lot of blues. Now, was that by choice, or was there something else? I mean, pop, rock?
I enjoy all styles of music. When I first got into like 60s rock and roll kind of stuff, I basically went into who was writing stuff, and everything that we listen to in North American music, you know, basically goes back to those blues guys like B.B. King and Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wanted to get it from the foundation and go from there. And I like playing the rock side of stuff. I, you know, like the pop side of stuff. A lot of tunes that I write are more popish flavor, but they still have, you know, that blues foundation to them.
Nice. Now, was there a goal? I mean, do you remember the goal you made before you became a musician? I'm getting that all messed up.
Well, as a kid, you know, it's always a dream to be that famous rock star, you know, and stuff. But, you know, as I've gotten older, I've, you know, had businesses on the side and played music, and now I'm at a point where I kind of do what I do because I want to, not because I have to.
Yeah. And,
you know, as a band, we pick and choose some of the shows we want to play and not play.
There you go.
You know, so we just like to play. You know, if we're in a room where there's 10 people and they're enjoying it, that's more fun than being in a room with 500 people that are telling you to turn down or wanting you to play, you know, a different style of music than what you're playing.
Now, have you ever gone to a concert where there's only like 2 or 3 people?
Oh yeah, a lot of my concerts are like that. And they usually came with me, so. No, I'm kidding.
So it's family, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, there's been situations where there's been a few people, like you play festivals and stuff, and then they get rained out and nobody really shows up, and you know, that kind of stuff's happened. And in the bar scene sometimes, you know, depending on the night you're playing and everything else going on around, and each town's different and stuff. So yeah, there's been occasions where we've played to, you know, very small crowds, but then we've also played to very large crowds too.
And I said it in the intro, you're a Juno nominee, right? Now, what's that like, being a Juno nominee, man?
It's exciting, you know. It's a very rare thing for, you know, people to get Juno nominations. There's various other award programs that, you know, more often musicians get nominated for.
Yeah.
But the Juno is a big one, and when we started the album, that was one of those goals I really wanted with it. Was like, I would really like to do this album, and we released it specifically at a time where we could, you know, maximize our chances with the Junos, and it worked out for us, and we got the nomination.
Now, what's the album called?
That album's called My Guitar's My Only Friend.
Yeah. Okay. Now, where can we get that though? Is it on iTunes?
Yeah, you can get the digital copies on iTunes.
Yeah.
On my website, jamesbuddyrogers.com. You can order hard copies, T-shirts.
Okay. Because I remember, see, if y'all don't remember, my man's been here before. I think I got one of those copies, right?
Yes.
I know, that's what I thought. Because I remember, I know I have one of those. Now, do you have any regrets?
No, I don't. Of course, I've, you know, made mistakes.
Yeah.
Everybody does that, but I wouldn't be who I am today if I had, you know, regrets and wished I would have changed certain things that, you know, I don't necessarily agree with doing now in life. You know, I just wouldn't be who I am today.
Yeah.
So, and I've took all those mistakes and basically learned from them. And
Right. Now, I remember we talked about the reason you put Buddy in your name was because of your dad.
Yes, yeah.
Now, looking at, would your dad give you the thumbs up for what you're doing right now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He would. I wish he was around to see all these nominations. You know, he wasn't. He always wanted me to get them, and I had released 2 solo albums when he was around, and I didn't really push those albums like I did the most recent album.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have loved to have seen all the awards, and you know, all the guys that I play with, you know, they all make reference to that as well. So.
Yeah, because I've been real cool, man. Now, do you have a recipe for success?
Drive and passion.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing it for anything other than the love of the music, then I just don't think it's going to come across to people as genuine.
Yeah.
And people aren't, you know, especially in blues, they're not going to like it. Maybe in, you know, the pop culture where there's a lot of fabricated artists, it might work from a marketing perspective. But in the world of blues, if you're into that, then you really need the drive and passion, like sincerely for the music.
Now, how much commitment do you put into your music now, though?
My whole life. You know, with the experience that I've had over the years, we don't necessarily as a collective band practice like some bands might, because we do gig fairly often. So a lot of times, like the tune we just played, you know, I wrote the tune and then I just brought it to the band and I call out the changes to them and say, here's the groove, like, let's give her and go. and in all honesty, you know, like we've probably played the song 5 or 6 times, you know, since I wrote it. So it's a fairly new tune and it has been recorded and hopefully we'll be recording it on the next album.
There we go. Now, how much have you changed or how much have you grown, say, in the past year or so as an artist?
Oh, my shoe sizes are still the same. I'm just kidding. No, I grow after every show. Like, I want to get better for every show. You're only as good as the last show you play, so hopefully I continue to get better. And, you know, some people say, hey, you know, your new album's way better than your last album, so hopefully the next album's even better. And the show I play on Saturday night is better than the show I played on Friday night, because that experience, you're just going to get better and better and better.
Right.
And you can never stop learning.
So there you go. Now, how do you prepare yourself, though, when you're going on tour and get ready to go on that stage?
I don't prepare myself necessarily like I hear some artists do, simply because with blues, I write a lot about my life experiences and cover tunes in blues that I do cover, I take as songs that I can really relate from my life experiences, which is a great thing about the blues. So going on stage is kind of an extension of who I am. I'm not the type of artist that will, you know, wear jeans and a t-shirt, you know, for everyday life and then get on stage and all of a sudden, you know, put up a 5-piece suit and a hat and all this stuff and play the role. And that's cool, and people do that. But for me and who I am, I want to be the same person on and off stage, essentially.
Nice. Now, what about the business, though, man? I mean, being a musician, I mean, there must be some parts of the business that you like and dislike.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, it is music and business. And much of the part of the business I don't like today, you know, in my opinion, has kind of garnered from the days that MTV came out, because there used to be a time when people didn't know what artists looked like. They just focused on the sound of the music. And now a lot of it is more about image than it is the quality of music. And you get that when you listen to people that go to concerts. You know, when they talk about how great the concert was, it's never about how good the music was. It's more about the production that, you know, has happened around them. So that's the biggest thing I kind of dislike, because I really feel like there's fabricated artists in the pop culture, and, you know, the level of musicianship, in my opinion, was much greater, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Those guitar players, for me as a guitar player, were phenomenal, and I don't see very many. The guitar players I do see now that come out are very underground, and they're not mainstream, and, you know, they're struggling like, you know, a lot of other musicians.
Exactly. You know what? We'll get to you in a minute, though. I think we'll take a break and we'll come back. And we're getting ready to sit. We're still sitting down with my man, James Buddy Rogers. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
He was on his grind, interviewing all the time. Ain't gotta say the name, you know who was Valentine. Never know who you're gonna see him talking to, but you know they shine bright up in the interview. Lights, camera, action, ready for some passion. Man, 'cause he got what most of y'all lacking. Hacking, celebrities, pro cracking. Everything goes in orderly fashion. So if you think it's your time to shine, baby, you better catch up with Valentine, baby. On the grind, TV on your mind. Tune in, let's see who's gonna shine next. Come and stand on some.
Hey, so we are back, sitting with my man, James Buddy Rogers, man. Thanks for coming through, man.
Thanks for having me.
And because I know you've been doing some big things, man, and you're a product of being on the grind. And this is truly what it is. So, but I want to know, though, man, what does it mean to you to be a musician?
Musician to me is an extension of who I am.
Yeah.
I like to just go on stage and play music that I can personally relate to, you know, in various ways, and I write songs the same way.
Nice. Now, as music changes, though, I mean, do you feel yourself having to change as well to stay up with whatever is on right now?
I don't feel that I have to change.
Yeah.
As the industry changes and the things that I like happen, you know, I like new genres or styles that come out. You know, I like to take things and and I find that as, you know, developing me as a musician.
Okay. Now, Taylor Swift's out there, and Taylor's going from country to pop. And I want to ask you, I mean, do you think that it's cool for an artist to be able to sing any genre of music?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel wherever their passion and their heart lays, they can do it. I guess it depends on, you know, what the integrity is of that decision. You know, Eric Clapton's a prime example. Played tons of different genres, and he's great at them all. And you can hear all his different genres in whatever style of music he's playing.
Yeah. And I mean, but now for you, your style is blues, and with blues being, is that what you see yourself playing all the time? And can you just automatically just go out there and say, I'm gonna do this?
Yeah, well, to me, I don't like to categorize music like we've come to categorize music. And I feel that blues is the foundation of everything. And to me, everything is blues,
Right.
you know, in one way or another. Even when you listen to some pop music, you can hear what they've taken from blues in order to produce that music. So for me, it's all blues.
It's all blues. I'm gonna get down to the grind question too, man, because being on the grind, man, all the people that want to be James Buddy Rogers that are out there but just not getting no love. They're not going on tour playing in no Buddy Guy's place. Nobody's doing that. They're not getting the gigs that you're getting. They want to be you, but they're just not finding the success. What can you tell them to inspire them to stay on the grind to be the next James Buddy Rogers?
In the blues world,
Yeah.
focus on the music, because that's what people can't, you know, ignore.
Right.
You know, so if you focus on the quality of your musicianship and the quality of your recordings, you know, people are going to know it. If you focus on the image, eventually, you know, people are going to see through the BS, and you know, you're going to plateau at some level. So if you always get better and better and realize that you're never going to be the best, just keep improving.
Right.
Then it'll come. It'll happen.
Nice. Now, you see yourself being a role model?
I don't really see myself being a role model, but I do know younger musicians that have come to me, you know, and asked how I've done certain things in the music business, and I say the same thing. You know, just focus on your quality of music.
Yeah.
You know, go and woodshed in your basement and practice those licks and play them over and over, and make it an extension of yourself, because you want people to believe what you're saying and what you're playing.
And that leads me to the next one. I mean, who were your role models growing up?
I had various role models in the music industry growing up, from the famous B.B. Kings and Muddy Waters and the Buddy Guys, to more local guys like Tom Lavin and Jim Burns, you know, Jerry Doucette, and those are guys that I've become friends with over the last 25 years and played numerous shows with. So it's been great to listen to their records, become friends with them, do shows with them, and they've, you know, helped me become who I am today.
Yeah, nice. I mean, now, are you ready for that prime time?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, we're ready for anything people will throw at us.
There you go. Now comes prime time, there comes some issues with prime time. I mean, because we know that people may say, oh, he's not ready. I mean, what would you say to the naysayers?
Well, there's always going to be naysayers. Music is subjective. It's not like a sports game where there's a clear winner and a loser. So you're never going to make everybody happy in the music business.
Exactly.
So all you can do is like what you're recording and like what you're playing and believe it, and there's going to be people that enjoy it, and just focus on the positive and push the negative to the side and keep moving forward.
There you go. Now, that just leads me to the next one, because when you're on stage, is there some sort of a transformation that happens to James Buddy Guy that's on the street to James Buddy Guy when he gets on stage?
No, I am who I am off stage and on stage. I don't, you know, become a different image when I get on stage than I am off stage, like a lot of artists do, which is fine. But for me, I really like to focus on the music more so than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's an extension of who I am as a person, so I don't really focus on that too much.
Hey, I mean, what's next for you, man?
I'm just going to keep going, you know, make more albums, write more music, play more shows. You know, I'm going to do that until the day I die. And,
There you go.
you know, it's just about making good music and being around people that enjoy it, regardless of how big or small.
And you don't see yourself doing anything else, do you?
Yeah, you know, there's other things going on
Yeah.
in life that, you know, business stuff that I do.
Yeah.
But ultimately, music's been there since I've been a kid, and I'm, you know, going to keep with that.
Now, we know you have a family. Do you want your family to be involved in the music business as well?
Yeah, well, I have 4 daughters, and my oldest 2 are right into singing, and I did a fundraiser recently for the Ridge Meadows Hospital Foundation in Maple Ridge, and my kids came out along with one of my friend's daughters, and they sang some tunes from my album with me. So I had 3, you know, 7, 8, 9-year-old girls on stage, you know, singing and playing music, and they enjoy it. So I give them that opportunity to.
Sweet. You know what? We're gonna definitely say goodbye, but we're gonna play we got a video that we're gonna play right now, and this is you doing your thing, right? So let's actually see that video right now.
Rocking all night, rolling till dawn. Turn the radio up, 'cause we're getting it on. Hold me, baby, when you call my name. Then kiss me goodbye, I'm on the road again. I'm on the road again. Running from sorrow. I'm on the road again. Here today, gone tomorrow. On the road again, it never seems to end. Kiss me, babe, I'm on the road again. I come for a night and then I'm gone for a year. Let me hear you tell me that you love me, dear. Give me the money, you can keep the fame. But when I get the blues, I'm on the road again. I'm on the road again. Running from sorrow. I'm on the road again. Here today, gone tomorrow. On the road again, it never seems to end. Kiss me, babe, I'm on the road again. Kiss me, babe, I'm on the road again.
On the road again, man.
Yeah, always on the road.
How you like that?
It's a good video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that? Where was that?
I filmed part of it in Vancouver and took some footage from Tom Lavin and the legendary Powder Blues. They did a music video it was a cover of their song, so they did a video in the early 80s.
Nice. And now is that song on your latest album?
That's on my latest album, the Juno-nominated album.
Okay. Man, you know what? I want to thank you for coming out, man.
Thanks for
because
having
I'm
me.
glad you came back, and whenever you got something, come back and see us and put it down for us like normal. Because we want you to make sure you have that,
Sounds
get that
good.
opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my man, James Buddy Rogers, man. I'm your man, Valentine. Oh, Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, you can find me at James Buddy Rogers / James Buddy Rogers on Facebook and Twitter, and jamesbuddyrogers.com has links to all my social media.
There we go. Hey, so you know who I am. Tweet me, Facebook me, man. If you think it's your time to shine, you need to get on the ground with your man Valentine, baby. We out. James Buddy Rogers. Thank you for coming out.
What most y'all lack